Hey everybody, it's me Kenya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So right now I'm just chilling on my couch right now. I'm talking to you guys. And basically I want to tell you guys why most landlords don't really mess with temporary rental assistance known as TRA. And I know that there are so many other programs like TRA, and I know in New York City they have something called the LINK program. So temporary rental assistance is just what it is, temporary rental assistance. It's a program that will pay your rent up to 5 years, but it's in 6 month to 1 year intervals or increments. You get what I'm saying? So someone will come to me and say they have TRA for 6 months. Can I help them find a place? And usually TRA will pay the security deposit plus the 6 months rent, or the security deposit plus the 1 year 12-month lease or the 1 year lease rent. It just depends on what you get. Now most of the time when people have TRA, these are people that have children. They're either staying in homeless shelters or they're living somewhere and they have to go. Now I'm just going to say this, a lot of the times the people that have TRA are people that are able-bodied and can work, but these are people that literally rely on welfare to take care of them. Now, I'm not trying to talk bad about people on TRA. Sometimes people get TRA and they actually need it. You never know what people can go through. They might have had a house fire or a flood, or just anything can happen where you now have to rely on the government. And I really try to stay away from talking ill about people that are on government assistance or get Section 8, because you never know how the universe will pay your ass back for making fun of people that are less fortunate. So anyway, so a lot of the times, like I noticed in my own experience, this is just me, I'm talking about my own experience, these are able-bodied people who can actually work and get a job, but they would just rather rely on the system to take care of them. And I'm going to tell you why, if you do have TRA, why landlords don't mess with people like that. Don't want to mess with TRA, period. Now, TRA, I said, is up to 6 months or a year. A lot of the times, people will get a letter in the mail, like after 4 months. You got to come in, you got to redo do your whole paperwork over again so you can get another 6 months. Or the same will go if you want to get a whole another year. If you wanted to get, apply for TRA again for a year. So you have to keep applying for TRA every 6 months or every year. A lot of people don't do it. They'll get the letter in the mail, they don't pay no attention, and then the 6 months is up, and then the 7th month comes, and the landlord is like, yo, like, what's up? Like, where's the rent money? And then the tenants are usually like, oh, my caseworker. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, people that own rental income properties, they own those properties in order to make money. It's a way to make money. Rental income properties. So you're giving your landlord an excuse about your caseworker and making excuses about why you never went to reapply for it again. Nobody cares about that. Your landlord is not going to care about that. Now, of course, you don't work. You rely on a system, and your landlord wants his rent. So a lot of the times, people that are on TRA, they're just not going to collect their bags and be like, you know what, my 6 months ran out, let me just go on, or my year rent ran out, let me go on. They'll just stay there, and then the landlord will be losing out on a couple months of rent and then have to pay money in court to evict these people. So it's not really worth it for a landlord to take TRA. Like, it's really not worth it. Because I used to get a lot of calls with people with TRA or the LINK program. Oh, I'm having such a hard time, nobody wants to take it. And it's just like, because that is something that always happens. Now, I knew a girl I went to college with, she had TRA for 5 years. And I'm going to tell you how. So basically, she was young, she had a child, and she wanted to go to school to better herself. So she went and she applied for it, they gave it to her. Each year, she made sure that she reapplied for it so she could have it. She finished her 4 years of college, got her degree, and then I think about a few months later, she was able to secure a job and she didn't need it anymore. So it's like she used that program to her advantage to better herself, to get her degree, to get her job, so that she didn't have to worry about being on TRA anymore. And so usually people will call me and ask me, because it's illegal to discriminate against anybody. And so if you know for a fact that the landlord that you're working with doesn't take TRA, you would basically say, hey, you know, let me take your phone number down, your name and your phone number, and I will get back to you. And that's it. That's just why, you know, it's just don't take, you know, they don't really want to mess with TRA. It's because in the long run, it just costs them money when they could just wait it out and just find a qualified tenant who actually has pay stubs and who is actually able to afford to pay the rent on a monthly basis. Is it wrong? But the bottom line is the dollar, and people don't own and rent out their properties just to take a loss in the end. So you got to think about it like that, you know. If you are a responsible person and you know you're going to reapply every 6 months, but you know what I'm saying, you can't like have a full-time job and think that the government is going to pay for your, you know, rent. You got to be someone that's like a student or showing that you are trying to secure employment. It's just so many things you got to go through just to get stuff from the government. It's a full-time job within itself. This is why I don't understand why people don't just get a full-time job. You got to keep going down there, sitting around for hours, running up to the 5th floor, running. You got to go to City Hall and grab this document. You got to run across town and do this. Like, just get a job. You run around all day for some free benefits anyway that's not worth that much. Just work. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents. And hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.